Hi. So today, as part of my series outlining the various steps of the ERP accelerator, I'm going to talk to you about executive custody, why it's important, why it's in fact non-negotiable. So you've seen this diagram previously, and I'm just going to talk to it a little bit. So you may have seen the body of this diagram before. Basically, what I'm saying is that the ERP is cross-cutting and transverse, and the owner of that integrated holistic view of the business is the CEO. Therefore, the CEO is the only person who can be the custodian of the ERP. And if you give that to any of the others, the whole implementation is skewed, and you have you have problems. What's different to this slide to what you've seen before is that I'm talking in terms of a strategic project leader, the SPL on the left there, who is at the same level in terms of rank as the rest of the C-suite, but has a special relationship with the CEO. They're an advisor to the CEO and an agent of the CEO. They do not have line authority in the business. They operate by influence and by delegated authority from the CEO. They have an open door to the CEO. They consult the CEO in terms of all major ERP related decisions, and they communicate those decisions through to the rest of the project team. With the understanding that if you give the SPL uphill, he or she is going to report to the CEO, and you're going to be dealing with the CEO, not the SPL, if you're out of line. So the cost of ERP substandard performance, wasted executive and management time, executive frustration, suboptimal strategic executive business decisions, reduced admin staff efficiency, increased ERP operational costs, excessive ERP consultant charges. It's possible to damage the business to the point of bankruptcy. I was once called into a client too late to save them. They went bankrupt. Another case, I was called in, they'd lost 40% of their revenue with the expectation of losing another 20% if things didn't change very, very quickly. So you cannot justify not having the CEO in charge because this is the CEO's hunting ground. So suboptimal ERP implementation drags the organization down in numerous different ways, and therefore it has to be the responsibility of the CEO. Key points with regard to CEO custody: the CEO owns the strategic holistic view of the organization. CEO custody, therefore, not negotiable. Only the CEO can kick butt across the enterprise. Executive intelligence out requires executive intelligence in, and the CEO guides. This is about the CEO working clever, not hard. That's what the SPL is there for. Magnitude of investment warrants the time investment. The scale of the downside risk warrants the time investment, and the potential upside opportunity warrants the time investment. The average ERP is implemented at a level of mediocrity on a scale of 2 or 3 on my scale of what's possible. And the ERP accelerator is designed to unlock the full potential. And that's basically what I'm teaching you about. So the strategic project leader as agent and advisor to the CEO is absolutely essential. So just to recap here, CEO needs an expert advisor and agent, works as a peer with the C-suite, strategic business advisor with good knowledge of the business and application of the ERP. It's not a technical role, and this is not a role for the CIO. Folks, this is a business project, not a technology project. Executive custody, facilitator, the strategic project leader, executive level, hold their own with the CEO and C-suite, strong strategic background, strategic thinker and facilitator, considerable experience operating at the executive level in business, decisive action-oriented, quickly recognizes required actions to move the ERP forward, good understanding of ERP and how to unlock the full potential of the ERP. Their title could be business systems executive, ERP executive. I'm not too fussy about that. But I stress this is not a technical role, and it's not a part-time role for the CIO or the CTO or the CFO or whatever. It's a distinct role with a distinct expertise and a distinct mandate. There must be strong, authoritative, highly knowledgeable and highly experienced project leadership. An ERP project run without clear, strong CEO leadership becomes a project run by committee, and steering committees are just not on. If you got on an airplane and found a steering committee in the cockpit, you'd grab your bags and jump on the exit slide. Folks, Leadership has to cascade all the way down through the organization. So we're looking at leadership at all levels being absolutely vital, starting with CEO leadership of the overall project, supported and advised by the SPL, the C-suite leadership of different modules for their departments, divisions, senior manager leadership of their areas of expertise. So it's cascading down and it ripples through so that everybody knows that this project is being led. It's being led decisively and on an informed basis because the expertise is available there for the leadership. It's about leadership, it's not about management, and it's certainly not about committees. So the focus areas of executive, creating and delivering value to customers, differentiating from competition, motivating and leading personnel, meeting and exceeding owner expectations, building exceptional partnerships with suppliers, integrating and optimizing the business, including the ERP. These are strategic issues, and that's where execs should be engaging. The day-to-day operational efficiency and effectiveness is not the focus of the C-suite. And if the exco is spending excessive time on day-to-day and no time for ERP, you need to coach them with regard to delegation skills to free up time for the project and strategic management. And frankly, if the C-suite and the CEO are saying, I'm sorry, I don't have time, I don't know, I don't, folks, then you can't afford to do an ERP project. Just fix what you've got. Achieving executive custody, there are 4 components. Step number 1, CEO and C-suite engage. Step number 2, they provide leadership. Step number 3, the team proves that it works. And step number 4, make it work. And those are steps. The prove it works and make it work are the 6th and 7th steps in the ERP Accelerator, and we'll talk about those in more detail in the days to come. So make it work is the CEO supported by the C-suite and the strategic project leader. It's a tough, results-oriented mindset. Summing up, strong CEO ownership and leadership of the ERP is critical. Strong C-suite ownership of the respective modules of the ERP is a necessity. The strategic ERP project leader is a critical role. Strategic executive team leadership of the implementer team is absolutely vital. If the implementers are not prepared to give you an executive to head up their team, maybe you need a different implementer. And then strategic executive input results in strategic executive level output. These are fundamental requirements for a high-value ERP outcome. And folks, I stress I'm talking about high value. I'm not talking about one of these mediocre ERP implementations, which is the norm. I offer comprehensive services as a strategic project leader myself, or I provide overall guidance and training for somebody that you want to appoint as a strategic project leader. So that's the ERP Accelerator. We've just dealt with step 2, custody, and we will carry on and look at alignment in the not too distant future. If you've got questions, please drop your questions in the comments. To find out about the pulse measurement, the diagnostic service that I offer, look at the link in the comments below. And if you would like to find out about my free executive briefing, why your ERP is not delivering and how to fix it, also a note in the comments below, and also to learn about my ERP Accelerator, also a link in the comments below. One way or another, I look forward to working with you. Thanks so much. Bye.